Hi, this is the next part of my postings about ME. In the last part I talked about the background to my illness, and in this part I'll talk about some of the symptoms that I experience in a bit more detail. I'll split my symptoms into three main areas: muscular problems and general aches and pains, exhaustion and hypersensitivity. I do get a lot of other symptoms, but these are the three main areas. In this part I'll talk about muscular problems, as these came first. My muscles have gradually weakened and become very stiff and sore and painful over a long period of time. They also injure very easily. I had problems with strength, stamina and flexibility before I went into this gradual decline when I was 21, and the problems have continued to get much worse since then. I've never been able to halt this decline despite lots of different exercise regimes and treatments over the years. I'm now at the stage where I struggle with most physical activity. I get worn out very quickly, and it takes me a long time to recover from any kind of activity. It's like my body only builds a very small amount of energy, which I use up pretty quickly, and it takes a long time to replace it again. I'll give you some examples of how I'm affected. I struggle with stairs, but I persist in order to retain a bit of strength, which helps with my pain in general. I have to go up and down the stairs in stages. I can only manage to do this so many times in one day, a limited number of times. When I get out of bed, I have to walk around upstairs for a few minutes to get my legs warmed up a bit so I can manage to go downstairs. Otherwise my legs are too weak and stiff and I hurt myself, or I risk falling. I walk around my garden for 20 minutes every 4 or 5 days to ease a lot of the muscular pain, which could be due to lactic acid buildup. This is a marathon effort, leaves me totally worn out. I can't manage to do this persistently every day. Every 4 or 5 days is about as much as I can manage, and if I don't do this I literally can't lie in the same position for more than a minute or two due to very severe pain in my muscles, especially around my hips. This pain just isn't manageable or bearable. My muscles have become very inflexible over the years, despite lots of attempts to retain some flexibility, and they injure very easily. The best way I can describe it is like my muscles are like concrete, or something very firm or very rigid, and if you try and stretch that, it cracks or breaks. That's pretty much what happens to my muscles. I can hurt myself simply by overstretching, or doing simple, ordinary, everyday things like flicking a firm switch. I can barely hold any weight. If I have a mug of water, I have to pick it up with both hands, as the pain and the weakness I get in both of my arms is too much with just one hand. I struggle to get in and out of a chair. This has got worse over the years, and I have to rock myself backwards and forwards to build a bit of momentum. I don't feel that my muscles are able to relax properly. They always appear to be tense, and some appear to be in spasm. So over the years my muscles have grown very weak. So my muscles have grown very weak over the years. I'll give you some examples to illustrate this. I have to wear very loose fitting clothes, as I can't stand anything gripping. And if I wear any trousers that are too tight, for example, I can't breathe properly after a short time. It becomes very uncomfortable, and the muscles around my waist feel very tired. I have a lot of problems with my throat and my neck. My throat swells up every few days so that I can't breathe properly when I lie down. I have to do some mild strengthening exercises on my neck to keep my neck strong and my airway open enough so that I can breathe clearly when I lie down. These exercises seem to settle down the swelling a bit. I'll leave the problems I have with my muscles for now. All of these problems that I have are quite a bit more than just a few muscle aches or pains, which people may think that's all that you get with ME. I certainly get a lot more than just the odd ache or pain. I guess the symptoms vary from patient to patient, depending on the severity of the illness and maybe on the patient's susceptibility to particular symptoms. I also think that the cause of the condition determines how badly someone will be affected in any particular way. I said in the first part that I thought ME isn't just one illness. It's a collection of different illnesses. In fact, ME is a symptom, if you like, of an undiagnosed illness, but it isn't an illness in itself. Right, I'll leave you here for today, and I'll post the next part in a few days' time, hopefully. And I hope this has been of some use to you.